Hi guys, it's Avery, and today I'm going to be talking about how to start a journal. So it sounds really simple, but to some people it's kind of overwhelming and confusing, especially if you've never started a journal before. And I get a lot of comments of people saying that they're starting journals because they've been inspired by me and the journaling community on YouTube and Instagram. And so I just wanted to sit down and share how to start a journal because I know it can be overwhelming and I know it can be a little confusing. You can feel a little sad because you're comparing it to others and you just gotta stop. I got you, I'm going to help you. So let's get into it. The first thing to do when you are starting a journal is just to sit down and think about what you want to journal for. If you just want to have a life journal where you just journal whatever you are feeling like that day, then awesome. If you want to do a bullet journal, then cool. If you want to do a travel journal, so only when you travel, then cool. If you want to make a journal for your best friend or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your family member, if you want to keep a diary journal, if you want to keep a junk journal, an art journal, there are so many possibilities, y'all. It's insane. So just kind of think about what you want to journal, and if that is already overwhelming for you, then just keep a journal, a life journal. That's what I call it because it is my life in a journal. I don't really like to categorize. I mean, I have so many journals for different things, but if you don't like to categorize, you don't like to categorize. If you just want to take your journal everywhere you go, journal in it every day or once a week or however often, but you don't know what specifically, make it random. Whatever you're feeling about that day and whatever prompt you want to write about, draw about, document, whatever, that's your journal. You don't have to have something specific, but you do need to know, like, okay, do I want to do a life journal or if I want to make it more specific? So once you just kind of know you want to journal and what you want to journal about, you got to get your journal. And so this is another thing in itself. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. There are so many journal options, but if you are just starting out, get a normal journal. Go to Target, they have really cute journals. Barnes & Noble, Walmart, like any store has journals. You can go to Michael's, you can go to any craft store. You can go to Etsy. Etsy has really pretty journals, and Etsy also has a lot of handmade journals. Like me, I have an Etsy shop where I handmade journals, so if you want to get a handmade journal by someone that you look up to or someone that you think has really pretty journals, do that. There are different journal sizes, there are different journal brands, there are different types of journals, there are tea and junk journals, there are travel journals, like there are just all these different things that are just kind of overwhelming in the beginning, so just kind of pick one and go with it. The more you journal, the more you'll learn and the more you'll know, and so by the next journal that you need to get, you'll kind of have a better idea of what kind of journal you want. But you do need to decide if you want to have a lined journal or a blank journal and what kind of pages you want to have inside the journal. So some journals are going to have lined paper for you to just write, and some journals are going to be completely blank, so you have complete creative freedom to art in it. So you do need to decide that, and if you're doing a bullet journal, there are journals specifically for bullet journaling. There are grid journals, there are journals with different colored pages, there are journals with designs. So you kind of need to keep all this in mind, but honestly, if I were you, if this was your first time starting a journal, just go get a journal that has blank pages and just go for it. Don't think too much into it because you are going to have so much fun learning. Trust me. So once you've gotten your journal and you've taken it home and you've sat down at your desk with a pen and you're like, great, now what do I journal about? Well, here's what you gotta do. You gotta create a list. You know me, I love lists. Maybe you don't know me. Hi, I'm Avery, I love to create lists. So here's your very first list, and I promise you it is going to be a lifesaver. Whether you do it on a sticky note, on a piece of paper, whatever, wherever, keep it in the very front of your journal. Create a list of things to journal about. So search up the interwebs. I have a lot of prompt video ideas. I'm creating a lot of prompt video ideas. There's tons of YouTube journalers out here who give you prompt video ideas. You can go on Pinterest, you can go on Tumblr, you can go on Instagram, you can go on anywhere and find journal prompt ideas. So just do a bunch of searching, think of your own, write down a list of different prompt ideas that you want to write about, and then that way every day when you open up your journal to journal, you won't just sit there forever thinking about, oh my gosh, I have no idea what to journal, but you have a list in the beginning to go refer to. So I promise that'll help you out tremendously, especially if you're kind of in a time crunch, you don't have all the time in the world to journal, but you do want to get some journaling out. It really does help for when you just have no idea what to journal about. So before you even start journaling, you just have to get this through your dang head. You gotta stop comparing yourself. I do that, everyone does it, we're all guilty, but you gotta stop. I made a whole video about how to be inspired and stay motivated, and it all just kind of revolved around being confident in your own work, and that's what you have to do. You have to be confident. So once you start journaling and you're new, you gotta remember yours isn't gonna be as fantastic as someone else's. You know, we all have to start somewhere. And so just remember that, you know, and you may be really good at art and you're just like already killing the game. Even if you're journaling, it doesn't have to be art. Like if you're just writing but you still feel like yours isn't a very good journal, that is such a lie, okay? You are your own person, which means you have your own journal that is your own work, and it's going to be so cute no matter what it is. You know, you just gotta be confident. You gotta be owning it. So if you have a journal, I've kind of learned that I like to share my journal with other people. It makes me feel better, you know, like I've put all this hard work into something, I gotta show it off, whether that be on the internet or it's in person. Go show your family, go show your mom, go show your friends. Be like, look what I did, like this is my journal, I'm so proud of it. Or if it's a private journal, don't show anyone because then that's private. But even if it's private, like be proud of your own work. Like go back and look through it, like constantly look through it, read through it, be like, wow, like I love my diary, my journal, my private stuff. Carry it around, enjoy it, love it. It is your journal, it is perfect because it is yours and you gotta love it. So, I mean, that's really all there is to starting a journal, is getting it and sitting down and starting it. But here's the problem. So many people get a journal, they get excited, and then they just stop. They give up. They lack motivation, they get really busy, all of this kind of stuff. And that's okay. If journaling's not for you, it's not for you. But if you are really wanting to journal, but you can't find the time or you don't really know, you gotta find the time. You gotta journal, you gotta plan it in your planner. If you can't journal every day, that's okay. I can't journal every day. But whenever you have free time, journal. You know, if you're just sitting there watching TV, journal while you're watching TV. There's always time when we don't think there is time, you know. Maybe set 30 minutes every night before you go to bed to journal, or 30 minutes when you wake up. Just like if you are really wanting to journal but you feel like you can't ever remember or you're just too busy, you will find time, you know, whether it's waiting for a class in between classes. Like journaling doesn't take up that much time, you know. Some people are really elaborate with their journals and some people just write. You know, if you don't have that much time, just write. Just get things off your chest, get things out of your head and on paper, and I promise you, you will love it. You'll love journaling if you just try, you know what I mean? And if you do try and you feel like journaling isn't for you, that's fine. Not everyone journals, so you just at least gotta give it a shot and a chance, because like anything, the very first time you try it, it's not gonna be the most amazing thing you've ever done, unless it's like really hitting the spot and you're like, dang, like I'm never going back. I feel like so many people feel so overwhelmed, but it's not overwhelming. It's as simple as figuring out that you want to journal, going to buy a journal, and sitting down and journaling. There are so many things out there to help you if you are lost, but you cannot compare to what you are looking at for inspiration. You can't compare yourself. You gotta stop it, okay? I really hope that this helps you. And if you have any questions at all about what kind of journal to get, what you want to do, anything about starting a journal, comment and I will respond to you. I want to help you start a journal because I want you to experience it. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe if you want to subscribe. There's a notification button if you want to get my notifications, because YouTube doesn't always send out a new video when they're posted from people that you're subscribed to. It's kind of stressful, but that's okay. I love you all very, very much, and I will see you guys in my next video.